Hello everyone. This is an assignment on use of ICT in education for online and blended learning. In this module, we will talk about network theorems. Statement of superposition theorem. The response, voltage or current in any branch of a bilateral linear circuit having more than one independent source equals the algebraic sum of the responses caused by each independent source acting alone, where all the other independent sources are replaced by their internal impedances. Superposition theorem can be explained through a simple resistive network as shown in the given figure. Procedure for using the superposition theorem. Step 1. Retain one source at a time in the circuit and replace all other sources with their internal resistances. Step 2. Determine the output current or voltage due to the single source acting alone using the techniques discussed in the previous lecture. Step 3. Repeat steps 1 and 2 for each of the other independent sources. Step 4. Find the total contribution by adding algebraically all the contributions due to the independent sources. Here is an example in which two independent sources, voltage sources of 8 volt and 5 volt are applied to the given circuit. First step, remove the 8 volt supply by its internal impedances. As it is an ideal source, so we have just short circuited it as given in the step 1. Next, remove the 5 volt source by a short circuit. Replace the 5 volt source by a short circuit and calculate the required value as given in the slide. Limitation of superposition theorem. Superposition theorem does not work for power calculation. Power calculations involve either the product of voltage and current, the square of current, or the square of the voltage. They are not linear operations. This statement can be explained with a simple example. Thevenin's theorem. Any linear electrical network with voltage and current sources and only resistances can be replaced at terminals A, B by an equivalent voltage source VTh in series connection with an equivalent resistance RTh. The equivalent voltage VTh is the voltage obtained at terminals A, B of the network with terminals A, B open circuited. The equivalent resistance RTh is the resistance that the circuit between terminals A and B would have if all ideal voltage sources in the circuit were replaced by a short circuit and all ideal current sources were replaced by an open circuit. If terminals A and B are connected to one another, the current flowing from A to B will be VTh by RTh. Figure 1.10a gives circuit for Thevenin's theorem. Figure 1.10b gives circuit for Thevenin's theorem with the load resistance removed. Figure 1.10c gives circuit for Thevenin's theorem and it gives a way to calculate Thevenin's resistance. It states that we have to observe the circuit from the open terminals as shown in the figure. Circuit for Thevenin's theorem. Figure 1.10d gives the equivalent circuit for Thevenin's theorem. And figure 1.10e gives the net circuit with load resistance included with the equivalent circuit. Load current IL is given by VTh by RTh plus RL. Voltage across load VL is given by IL into RL, and power absorbed by the load PL is equal to IL square into RL. The procedure for applying Thevenin's theorem. To find a current through the load resistance using Thevenin's theorem, the following steps are followed. Step 1. Disconnect the load resistance from the circuit as shown in figure 1.10b. Step 2. Calculate the open circuit voltage shown in figure 1.10b at the load terminals A and B. In general, one can apply any of the techniques, mesh current, node voltage and superposition method learned in earlier lessons to compute. Step 3. Redraw the circuit shown in figure 1.10b with each practical source replaced by its internal resistance as shown in figure 1.10c. Voltage sources should be short circuited and current sources should be open circuited. Thevenin's theorem. Step 4. Look backward into the resulting circuit from the load terminals A and B as suggested by the eye in figure 1.10c. Calculate the resistance that would exist between the load terminals. The resistance is described in the statement of Thevenin's theorem. Step 5. Place in Thevenin's resistance series with Thevenin's voltage to form the Thevenin's equivalent circuit as shown in figure 1.10d. Step 6. Reconnect the original load to the Thevenin's voltage circuit as shown in figure 1.10e. The load voltage, current and power may be calculated by a simple arithmetic operation only. One great advantage of Thevenin's theorem is this. Once the Thevenin equivalent circuit has been formed, it can be reused in calculating load current, load voltage and load power for different loads using the equations. Also, one can find the choice of load resistance that results in the maximum power transfer to the load. Norton's theorem. Norton's theorem states that any linear electric network with voltage and current sources and only resistances can be replaced at terminals A, B by an equivalent current source INO in parallel with an equivalent resistance RNO. This equivalent current INO is the current obtained at terminals A, B of the network with terminals A, B short-circuited. The equivalent resistance RNO is the resistance obtained at terminals A, B of the network with all its voltage sources short-circuited and all its current sources open-circuited. Norton's theorem is dual of Thevenin's theorem. To find a current through the load resistance using Norton's theorem, the following steps are followed. Figure 1.11a gives circuit for Norton's theorem. Step 1. Short the output terminal after disconnecting the load resistance from the terminals A and B and then calculate the short circuit current. Step 2. Redraw the circuit with each practical sources replaced by its internal resistance. Voltage sources should be short-circuited and current sources should be open-circuited. Step 3. Calculate the resistance that would exist between the load terminals A and B, looking backward into the resulting circuit from the load terminals A and B. Norton's theorem. Figure 1.11b gives circuit for Norton's theorem with the load resistance being short-circuited between A and B. Norton's theorem. Figure 1.11c gives circuit for Norton's theorem. It gives a way to calculate Norton's resistance which is equal to the Thevenin's resistance as discussed earlier. Step 4. Form the Norton's equivalent circuit by replacing the imaginary fencing portion or fixed part of the circuit with equivalent practical current source. After reconnecting the original load, the load's voltage, current and power may be calculated by simple arithmetic operation only. Figure 1.11d circuit for Norton's theorem gives the equivalent circuit for Norton's theorem with the source being replaced by real current source and the load resistance. Norton's theorem has also a similar advantage like Thevenin's theorem over the normal circuit reduction technique. With the help of either Norton's theorem or Thevenin's theorem, one can find the choice of load resistance that results in the maximum power transfer to the load. Norton's current source may be replaced by an equivalent Thevenin's voltage source. In other words, a source transformation converts a Thevenin equivalent circuit into a Norton's equivalent circuit or vice versa. Maximum power transfer theorem. The maximum power transfer theorem states that to obtain maximum external power from a source with a finite internal resistance, the resistance of the load must equal the resistance of the source as viewed from its output terminals. The theorem states how to choose so as to maximize power transfer. The load resistance once the source resistance is given. Let us consider an electric network as shown in figure 1.12a. The problem is to find the choice of the resistance so that the network delivers maximum power to the load. This problem can be solved by using nodal or mesh current analysis to obtain an expression for the power absorbed by load resistance. The derivative of this expression with respect to load resistance will establish the condition under what circumstances the maximum power transfer occurs. Figure 1.12a. Circuit for maximum power transfer theorem. Figure 1.12b. Circuit for maximum power transfer theorem. In this figure, the load resistance, the circuit except the load resistance has been replaced by Thevenin's equivalent resistance. So IL is given by VTH by RTH plus RL. So the power delivered to the load is PL is equal to IL square RL. The load power depends on both RTH and RL. However, RTH is constant for the equivalent Thevenin network. So power delivered by the equivalent Thevenin network to the load resistor is entirely dependent on the value of RL. To find the value of RL that absorbs the maximum power from the Thevenin circuit, we differentiate PL with respect to AL. So dPRL by dRL, which gives RL equal to RTH. So this result is known as matching the load or maximum power transfer occurs when the load resistance matches the Thevenin resistance of the given system. Also notice that under the condition of maximum power transfer, the load voltage is by voltage division 1/2 of the Thevenin's voltage. The expression for maximum power dissipated to the load is given by P max is equal to VTH square by RTH. This means that Thevenin voltage source itself dissipates as much power in its internal resistance as the power absorbed by the load RL. Efficiency under maximum power transfer condition is given by efficiency is equal to IL square RL by 2 IL square RL, which is simply equal to 50%. Thank you.